This week saw the renewal of large-scale ice raids, which had been suspended in the wakes of Hurricanes Harvey and Irma. Only this time, there was a political twist. The raids that ICE carried out this week were dubbed Operation Safe City, and they were aimed specifically at those communities which had dubbed themselves as sanctuary cities. Now, as you might remember from our earlier video, a sanctuary city is a community that has made a decision that it is not going to do ICE's job for it, that it is not going to participate on a local level in immigration law enforcement, and that they're going to put policies into place that will protect people without criminal records or with only minor offenses. They do this by not honoring ICE detainers, and not participating in programs where local officers enforce immigration laws. Now, the Trump administration has been very vocal about how it doesn't like sanctuary cities, but there really wasn't too much they could do about it directly, especially since a federal judge recently held that they can't withhold law enforcement funds from sanctuary cities. So the administration is now doing the next best thing. It's using a federal law enforcement agency to specifically target communities where they don't agree with the politics. And this isn't just my interpretation. This is basically exactly what the acting director of ICE said in a public statement after the recent raids. He said that ICE had been forced to dedicate more resources to enforcement in sanctuary cities because they weren't getting local assistance. Now, maybe that statement is true and maybe it isn't. Immigration enforcement has always been the sole responsibility of the federal government. Now, obviously, the federal government likes it better when local communities cooperate and help do their jobs for them, but they shouldn't think that it's unusual when they have to do their jobs on their own. And communities that decide not to participate in ICE local law enforcement shouldn't become the targets of enforcement by federal agents. Now, Operation Safe Cities resulted in 498 arrests. Of those, 181 had no criminal record at all. And of the remaining, they did have criminal records. Many of those were for misdemeanor offenses, such as DUI, shoplifting, or traffic offenses. Now, no matter what your position is on sanctuary cities, or whether you do or don't agree with strict immigration enforcement, I would hope that we can all agree that it is a dangerous trend for the federal government to use a federal law enforcement agency to target communities that they see as not in line with a particular president's agenda. And Operation Safe Cities is the most recent ICE raid, but it obviously won't be the last. Just before the hurricanes, ICE was gearing up for the largest enforcement operation in its history. It was going to be called Operation Mega, and it was targeting 8,000 arrests. It was canceled just before Hurricane Irma, but we should all assume that it's in the works to be planned again. We don't know where it will be targeted, but we do know that if current policy continues, those states and communities that aren't in line with the president's agenda are going to be the ones that feel the full force. And it won't just be people with criminal records. Any person in the country without authorization, even if they've led a life free from legal interference, may find themselves in immigration's crosshairs. It's important to prepare for the fact that we're in an era of increased immigration enforcement. That's why Lester Law spends so much time and energy defending people in deportation cases, in immigration courts throughout the Southeast. If you have a case in immigration court, or you know someone who does, and you want to find out if we can help you, then please call us at 423-402-0608, or contact us through the internet at www.lesterlaw.org. And if you find these weekly updates on immigration law to be helpful, please follow us on Facebook or subscribe to our YouTube channel. So until next time, stay safe, stay strong. We'll see you soon.